No. What I'm saying is, don't do me. Don't try me today, Scotty. What I'm saying to you is that you know, by and large, no. What I'm saying to you is that you know, by and large, people are not happy.
No, they're very happy. They're unhappy with Democrats.
You're happy.
They're happy with Trump.
You're happy. Democrats aren't happy. We're not happy with Democrats and the way they're handling the situation.
Let me try to sort this out real quick.
Oh yeah, did they just fight on show? He did make a good point there.
Whether Democrats should work with the GOP or stop the Republican agenda. But what I want you to look at here is how this has changed. And back in 2017, 74% of Democrats said they should work with the GOP. Now, 57% say they should stop the Republican agenda. There has been a complete shift in the mindset of the Democratic Party. They want resistance. They want a Tea Party.
100%. And what you just said, we should listen to the people. You said, as a congressman, am I correct in saying that you just said we should listen to the people? Why aren't they listening to the people? There's no leadership. There's nobody doing anything. And what we saw, honestly, was a cave. Yet again, another example with Schumer saying, I don't want the smoke. And we're asking, I mean, they are begging. She just showed the dramatic shift. I don't understand what the problem is. Why?
Regarding the Democratic Party and why they face such a defeating loss in this previous election, meaning that they lost the Senate, they lost, not the Senate, they lost the Congress, basically. They lost, obviously, the presidency, and they don't have the Supreme Court, meaning that it was a sweep. They don't have any branch of government. The reason why they don't is because the Democratic Party has no direction, in my opinion. And I'll say this. And here's an example of that. This is a question for everyone watching this video. Who is the leader of the Democratic Party? Who is their leader? Who is their bona fide leader? You know how every single successful team and organization has a leader? Like a basketball team has a coach, and then they have the team captain, every single team. Who's the Democratic Party's leader? They don't have one, really. It's kind of a free-for-all party. What does the Democratic Party represent? What do they stand for? What are their top 3 core values in the Democratic Party? There isn't one. And that's the biggest difference that I notice versus the conservative or the Republican Party versus the Democratic Party. Whether or not you like the Republican Party has a clear, bona fide, undebatable leader, which is Donald Trump. It's not even a debate that Donald Trump is the leader. There's not even a debate. It's not even up for discussion if he's the leader. They have clear values that they stand for. And that's the biggest difference that I've seen so far, even in 2017, where you're coming off of President Barack Obama, who was the leader, versus 2025, where we don't know. But let's continue.
Why is there nobody, for lack of a better word, with some cojones to stand up and say, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Well,
if
look,
you know we need it, and I'm not trying to give you the smoke, but if you know we need it, why is it not happening?
Look, we need to throw a punch. That's correct. And the American people want us to throw a punch.
By the way, political punch, not
yes.
literal punch, because then they're going to say stuff.
Now, of course, the proposals that they're bringing are horrendous enough for us to do that, and we should do that.
What's horrendous about the CR? It continues funding the government at Biden.
Horrendous about the CR is that it is a cut.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
If you do not consider the cost of doing business, if you do not consider that the cost of living, for example, has gone up, that everything has gone up.
Now you're changing. It's not a cut. You're being dishonest.
It's a cut.
It's not a cut.
It's a cut.
It's continuing funding the government at the same levels. It's not a cut. You voted to shut down the government. You voted to lay off every veteran in the federal government. You're making a passionate plea for why Democrats didn't shut down the government. And now Chuck Schumer can't even have a book tour because Democrats are so enraged that the government was. And I'm just confused because last week I was told that people going and expressing their First Amendment rights was part of their democratic and civic duty. And now Chuck Schumer can't even have a book party with Democrats over it. I'm trying to decide.
Scott, I actually think that Democrats are in agreement with you in the sense that they probably think Chuck Schumer should,
yes,
to
exactly.
Carrie's point, take the smoke.
2 weeks ago, he was attacking.
Show up and take the L. He should show up and take the L, is what I'm saying. No one's saying he can't have it, Scott. He can do whatever he chose to. But once again, another example of him deciding to hide. I would love for him to go on the book tour so that he can answer the questions of the American people. Security risk. perhaps may be true according to what Abby has said and what his office is saying.
Who would be the security risk, though?
I don't know.
Who
All
would
I'm
be the
saying-
security
Wait a minute.
risk?
The book is about.
Who is the risk?
Scott,
Can we just admit who the risk is?
The book
left,
is about
right?
anti-Semitism, right? So I guess somebody that might be anti-Semitic might target
the left.
Chuck Schumer. Tomorrow,
Yes.
he's supposed to be on The View. I think that hasn't changed. He'll be on the hot seat there. I also think he should go on this book tour, because if we are talking about Republicans who don't have the cojones, to quote you, to show up to actually even do town halls, even though there were town halls of constituents all over the country this weekend begging the Republicans to show up and answer questions. They refused to do so. But so I think Chuck Schumer should face the music, should, as harsh as it may be, should answer people and should portray some leadership and confidence, which he has done in the past.
Okay, I think Chuck Schumer was the adult in the room. He did what the American people want. The American people want government. They want people to get deals done. And the fact of the matter is, people don't want to punch. The fact of the matter is, people are actually excited. NBC News on Meet the Press, they reported their polling found the highest level of enthusiasm and the country going in the right direction since 2004. 20 years. So President Trump is doing exactly what
She makes a good point, but here's what I will say. The fact of the matter is, two separate Americas exist. And I'm not saying this to side on the left or the right. What I'm saying is there's more divide politically now than I have ever seen in any time period. Well, not any time period. Not any time period, because remember, we had a civil war. I mean in modern time periods, because we literally had an entire civil war at one point. Y'all get my point. There's a lot of divide. And the point that I'm getting at is that there are separate Americas. There's a conservative, right-leaning America, and there's people who are left. And it's kind of like they're clashing heads. So when they speak to each other, and I've seen this, and you guys can confirm this, they're like, what are you talking about? How could you even draw this conclusion? Because when the left says something, the right are like, where did you even get this from? And when the right says something, the left is like, where did you even get this from? And both sides are just clashing, which is why I exist. I try to provide a middle ground to kind of communicate both. But even that is hard to do. Even I've been called super right-leaning, and I've been called super left-leaning. I'm like, bruh, I'm just trying to provide a middle ground, but even that's hard. But let me know what you guys think.
he campaigned on. That's why 76% of people said, according to CBS polling, agreed with his State of the Union speech, which included a lot of independents and a lot of Democrats who were watching that speech.
Carrie.
That is why.
Carrie, my namesake, Carrie.
Yes, my fellow Carrie.
You do know what you're saying is incorrect. I don't care about the polling.
Talk to
The
NBC.
America. I don't care what NBC is saying. I can talk to the people on the streets. Are you on the streets? Are you talking
Absolutely,
to people
I am.
in real life situations who have everyday jobs who are saying they're unhappy? You know very well.
Are you saying
that
CNN
Wait,
polling is
they're
wrong?
saying- they're saying
No. What
that-
I'm saying is,
that Joe
don't do
Biden
me.
under-
Don't try me today, Scotty.
We
what
put
I'm
out
saying
we
to
put
you
out a
is that
CNN
you
poll.
know,
Are you
by
saying our
and
polling
large,
is wrong?
no. What I'm saying to you is that you know, by and large, people are not happy. This
No,
is
they're
not,
very happy. They're unhappy with Democrats.
You're happy.
They're happy with Trump.
You're happy. Democrats aren't happy.
Let me-
We're not happy with Democrats and the way they're
Let me
handling
try to
the
sort this out
situation.
real quick before we have to go to break.
Oh yeah, they just did they just fight on show? He did make a good point there. She said another news source's pollings were wrong, and he said, because this is on CNN, he said, "Do you think our pollings are wrong? We're just a separate news source." That's a fair question. She said, "Forget that. Don't try me today." But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. My name is LFR Jojo, and I'll see you on the next one.